The penthouse is silent. Not the curated silence of filtered sunsets and soft jazz playlists. This is the silence that follows a slammed door at 2:47 a.m. The kind that swallows sound and spits back echoes of absence. Victoria, 34, influencer, 1.2 million followers, stands barefoot on Italian marble. Her silk robe slips off one shoulder. The city outside glitters like a broken promise. She scrolls. No new likes in 43 minutes. The algorithm has forgotten her. For the first time in 8 years, the mirror on the wall doesn't reflect a queen. It reflects a woman alone. This is the moment narcissistic collapse begins. Object loss. In psychology, the object isn't a thing. It's the person who once mirrored her grandiosity back at her. He was the quiet architect of her spotlight. The man who remembered her coffee order, who never posted her flaws, who said, "I'm proud of you," without being asked. When he leaves, the supply line snaps. The idealized self, built on external validation, begins to starve. Victoria opens the fridge. His oat milk is gone. She bought it for him. She hated oat milk. She walks to the bedroom. His side of the closet is empty, hangers swaying like hanged men. The brain, wired for narcissistic homeostasis, panics. Dopamine receptors that once fired at his "good morning" text now scream for a hit. The void isn't just emotional, it's neurochemical. She sits on the edge of the unmade bed. Her phone buzzes, a brand deal email. She deletes it without reading. For the first time, applause feels like static. When the audience disappears, the mask starves. She opens Instagram. His account is still there. Last post. A black square, captioned, "Sometimes silence is the kindest answer." She zooms in. No face. Just darkness. Her thumb hovers over the message button. She doesn't press it. Not yet. But the void is patient. It waits. And in the waiting, something ancient begins to stir. Not love, not yet, but the terror of being unseen. The mirror cracks, not from a fist, but from the weight of a reflection no one is there to admire. 3:12 a.m. Victoria's phone glows like a dying ember. She's on the couch now, legs tucked under her, wine glass empty but still clutched like a lifeline. The screen shows a thread of old DMs with him. She scrolls upward, time rewinding in pixels. "Look at you owning that room. I'm here. Always. Sent you a playlist for the flight." Each message lands like a slap. Her mind splits in two. Voice A, grandiose. "He was lucky to have me. I upgraded his life." Voice B, emerging void. "Then why did he leave without a fight?" This is dissonance amplification, two irreconcilable truths colliding in the same skull. Narcissistic supply was never just attention, it was proof of superiority. When the proof walks out, the brain enters emergency rewrite mode. She opens the Notes app. Types. He'll realize what he lost. I was too good for him anyway. He was boring. Deletes all three. Types again. Maybe I pushed too hard. Deletes faster. She clicks his Spotify. The shared playlist is still there. Track 7. Wicked Game. She presses play. Chris Isaac croons. "What a wicked thing to do. To make me dream of you." She screams, "Shut up," and hurls the phone. It lands face down. The song keeps playing muffled. The mind rewrites history until history bites back. She storms to the bathroom. The mirror above the sink is merciless. No filter, no ring light. Just her, eyes swollen, mascara streaked like war paint. She leans in, whispers to her reflection, "You're still the prize." The reflection doesn't answer. For the first time, the mirror feels like a stranger. She opens the camera, front-facing. Records a 7-second clip. Some people can't handle a woman who knows her worth. Posted to close friends. Watches the views climb. 11, 23, 41. Then stop. No replies. Even her inner circle is asleep, or worse, choosing silence. She refreshes. Still nothing. The algorithm has teeth tonight. She opens his contact. Thumb hovers. Types, I missed, deletes. Types, you'll regret, deletes. Types, why did you deletes? The cursor blinks like a heartbeat. She locks the phone. But the echo chamber is already cracked. And through the fissure, something hotter than shame begins to rise. 4:03 a.m. The city outside is a bruise-colored haze. Victoria stands in the walk-in closet, surrounded by designer armor she no longer wants to wear. Her hands shake, not from cold, from the sudden, volcanic realization he chose to leave. The brain's alarm system flips from freeze to fight. Narcissistic injury is not petty anger. It's an existential threat. The self that was built on being irreplaceable now faces demolition. Rage becomes the last firewall. She grabs the framed photo from the shelf. Them in Santorini, her in white linen, him looking at her like she invented sunlight. She turns it face down. Not enough. She hurls it. Glass explodes across the marble like ice cracking under heat. Rage is the last fire before the ashes of regret. She opens Instagram stories. Black background. White text. Weak men fear strong women. Bot adds a slow-motion clip of her smashing the mirror he gifted her on their first anniversary. Posts. Watches the views spike. 2K. 5K. 10K. Comments flood. Queen behavior. He fumbled a goddess. Period. Each heart is a hit of dopamine. But it's synthetic. Like sugar-free syrup. She knows it. Still drinks. She paces. Opens his contact again. This time, no hesitation. Types. You think you can just walk away? After everything I gave you. Adds a voice note. You were nothing before me. Nothing. Sends. Blocks instantly. Unblocks. Blocks again. The cycle is a drug. She storms to the kitchen. Opens the freezer. Pulls out the pint of gelato he used to eat straight from the tub. Throws it in the sink. Watches it melt into a sad, beige puddle. Takes a photo. Posts, cleaning out the trash. Tags no one. Everyone knows. Her phone buzzes. Not him. A follower. Are you okay, babe? She types. Never better. Adds a middle finger emoji. Deletes. Types. Just leveling up. Posts. But the rage is a mask too. And masks crack under heat. She collapses onto the couch. Chest heaving. The fire burns bright. But fire needs fuel. And the fuel, his attention, his pain, his reaction, isn't coming. The flames begin to gutter. And in the smoke, something colder settles in. 7:28 a.m. The sun is a dull coin pressed against the glass. Victoria hasn't slept. The penthouse is a crime scene of last night's war. Glass shards, gelato puddle, phone battery at 3. She sits on the throne-like velvet chair in the corner, the one she bought because it made her feel like royalty. Now it feels like a prop in a play no one came to watch. The rage is gone. In its place, a vacuum. Grandiose deflation is not sadness. It's the collapse of an entire architecture. The self that required constant worship has no congregation. The throne is hollow. She opens the camera roll. Scrolls to a video from 6 months ago. He's filming her laughing at a rooftop party. She's glowing. Not from the golden hour. From the way he looks at her. She watches it on loop. No sound. Just the loop. Her thumb hovers over delete. She can't. The queen without a kingdom is just a girl in the dark. She stands. Walks to the bathroom. The mirror is still cracked from last night. She doesn't avoid it. She stares. No filter. No pose. Just skin. Pores. The faint scar above her eyebrow from childhood. She touches it. Remembers her mother saying, "Don't cry, pretty girls don't cry." She cries now. Silent. The tears don't drip dramatically, they just pool and fall. She opens the drawer. His toothbrush is gone, but the indentation in the holder remains. She presses her finger into it, like testing a bruise. She hasn't posted in 5 hours. The longest stretch in 3 years. She opens the app. Her last story, the mirror smash. Views, 87K. Comments disabled. She disabled them at 5:12 a.m. Couldn't bear the "you okay" spam. She types a new story. Just text. Ever feel like you're disappearing? Posts. Watches the views climb slower than usual. A follower replies, "Girl same, Mercury retrograde." She laughs. A sound like breaking glass. Deletes the story. She curls up on the bathroom floor. The marble is cold. She doesn't move. The phone dies. For the first time in years, silence is absolute. But memory is a thief. And in the dark, it begins to steal pieces of the past and glue them into something dangerous. 11:11 a.m. The phone is on 1 when it resurrects itself with a charger. Victoria hasn't left the bathroom floor. Her legs are numb, but the mind is racing, a ghost in the machine. She opens the chat again. Still blocked on her end. But the brain doesn't care about blocks. It's busy rebuilding him into the perfect lost object. Intermittent reinforcement is a cruel architect. The random "I love you" texts, the surprise flowers, the way he'd cancel plans just to hold her when she pretended not to need it. Each memory is a dopamine brick. The wall rises fast. She drafts text. "I can't stop hearing your voice in the apartment." Deletes. Text. "Remember the night in Santorini when the power went out and we just talked until sunrise?" Keeps it. Doesn't send. Text. "I think I made a mistake." Sends to herself in notes. Reads it 47 times. Love bombed once, haunted forever. She opens photos. Creates a hidden album. Us. 143 images. She zooms on one, his hand on her knee under the restaurant table. Her thumb traces the screen like it's skin. The brain whispers, "He'll unblock. He'll see this. He'll come back." It's not hope. It's Hoover fantasy, the narcotic belief that one perfect message will rewind time. She stands, legs like rusted hinges, walks to the bedroom, opens his side of the drawer. Still empty. But the scent lingers, cedar and coffee. She presses her face into the void, inhales like it's oxygen. She opens voice memos. Records. "Hey, it's me. I know you said not to call, but I just needed to hear your voice." Even if it's just the voicemail. Stops. Deletes. Records again. "I'm not asking for anything. I get it now." Saves it. Labels it for when he's ready. She sits on the bed. Opens the dating apps. Swipes left on everyone. Closes them. Opens them again. Closes. The phantom limb throbs. He was the only one who saw me. But fantasies have expiration dates. And midnight is coming. 2:14 a.m. The city is a black lake. Victoria sits cross-legged on the kitchen island, phone propped like a loaded gun. The saved voice memo stares back. She's rewritten the script 19 times. Final version. "I know it's late. I just needed to say, I see it now. The way I pushed. The way I needed to be everything. I'm sorry. I miss us." She presses send. The message turns blue. Delivered. No typing bubbles. She refreshes. Still nothing. She blocks. Unblocks. Blocks again. The cycle is a pulse. The Hoover is a mirror. She sees her own desperation. He responds at 2:27 a.m. "Vic, it's been weeks. I needed space. I still do." 3 dots appear. Disappear. Reappear. "I hope you're okay. But I can't do this again." She reads it 11 times. Her chest caves. Not from rejection, from the clarity in his tone. He's not angry. He's done. Done is worse than hate. She types, I get it. I just wanted you to know. Adds, I'm proud of the man you're becoming. Deletes the second line. Sends the first. Blocks him before he can reply. The finality is a blade. She opens Instagram. Posts a black square. Caption, learning to sit with my own silence. Turns off comments. Watches the likes trickle in any way. Each heart feels like pity. She walks to the balcony. The air is thick with summer heat. She lights a cigarette, the first in 2 years. He hated the smell. She inhales like rebellion. Exhales like surrender. The phone buzzes. Not him. A follower. This is growth. Proud of you. She screenshots it. Opens the hidden album. Deletes every photo of him. One by one. The last one, his hand on her knee. Her thumb hovers. She deletes it. The album is empty. So is the drawer. So is the apartment. But emptiness is a door. And some doors stay locked. Others open to a new cycle. 3 months later. Victoria sits in a small, beige office that smells of lavender and old carpet. Across from her, Dr. Mara, 52, no nonsense, eyes like a scalpel. On the coffee table, a box of tissues Victoria hasn't touched. Yet, she's here because the silence stopped being poetic. It became a scream. Dr. Mara asks, what do you want from this room? Victoria answers, I want to stop feeling like I'm performing even when no one's watching. This is where schema therapy begins to chip at the marble. Narcissistic patterns aren't born in a vacuum. They're survival sculptures. For Victoria, detached protector. If I'm perfect, they can't leave. Entitled demander. I deserve the best because I am the best. Abandoned child. The 6-year-old who watched dad walk out and decided never again. Remorse without change is just another mask. Session 4. Victoria brings a childhood photo. Her at 8, gap-toothed, holding a crown made of dandelions. She cries. Not the curated influencer tear, ugly, snotty, shoulders shaking. Dr. Mara doesn't flinch. Asks, who was that little girl before the crown? Victoria whispers, someone who just wanted to be chosen. She starts small experiments. Posts a selfie with no filter. Caption, Day 94. Still here. Comments on a follower's loss instead of her own. Text an ex-friend, I was a shitty listener. I'm sorry. No reply. But she doesn't spiral. Progress. She deletes the dating apps. Buys a plant. Names it him as a joke. Waters it every day. It lives. But therapy isn't a fairy tale. One night, she sees his new profile picture, him with someone else's hand on his shoulder. The old rage flickers. She opens the chat. Types, happy for you. Doesn't send. Closes the app. Opens her journal instead. Writes, pain is information, not a cue to perform. The fork appears. Left, relapse into supply hunting. Right, integration, painful, slow, real. Change is rare, but possible. 1 year later, the penthouse is gone. Victoria lives in a 600 square foot loft with exposed brick and a single velvet chair, no throne. On the wall, a print of her first unfiltered selfie, framed in plain wood. Below it, a sticky note in her handwriting. You are enough. No audience required. She runs a private community, DepthRealm Diaries. No ads, no sponsors, for 100 members. Weekly prompt. What did you hide this week and why? She answers first. Always. Post-traumatic growth is not a glow-up. It's scar tissue. Stronger, but never smooth. The woman who faces the void may never need a crown again. Tonight, 9:17 p.m. She opens Instagram. His account, public again. New post, engagement announcement. Her stomach flips. Old reflex, compare. Diminish. Destroy. She breathes. 4 counts in. 6 counts out. Closes the app. Opens her journal. Writes, his joy is not my failure. My peace is not his punishment. Closes the book. Waters the plant. Still named him, still alive. She records a voice note for the group. Relapse isn't a detour. It's data. Notice the trigger. Name it. Let it pass. Posts it. Goes offline. The cycle is broken when the pattern loses its throne. Some relapse. New city, new supply, same script. Some integrate. The abandoned child learns to self-soothe. The entitled demander learns to ask. The detached protector learns to feel. Victoria chooses the second path. Not because she's special, because she's tired of performing emptiness. The mirror is iron now. Unbreakable. She looks into it every morning. No filter. No crown. Just eyes that finally recognize themselves.